Hey, ladies, I am coming to share an extremely valuable message with you. It is something that I personally struggled with for years, but have overcome, and it has been such an eye opener for me. And I want to make sure to share this information with you, ladies, as well. So, today I am going to talk about the power of saying no. Now, a lot of people are scared to say no. Maybe people are scared to say no because they don't want to let other people down. Sometimes they're scared to say no because they feel like they will be personally rejected if they say no. Sometimes they feel like they'll be left out. There's various reasons people avoid saying no. Maybe they don't want to disappoint people. There's tons of reasons, right? But when we do not say no, we think that we are pleasing the other person. But I have a message for you today. The truth is, you can never truly please everyone, so you might as well please yourself. When we open up the opportunities for us to constantly be a yes woman over and over and over again, people can't help but to take advantage of that. When you give people an inch, they often take a mile. And that's just the reality of it. And so it's very important that we set those boundaries and we set clear expectations of what we are willing to accept, what we are willing to embrace, and what we're willing to say yes to. So I want to identify 5 reasons why it is so important that you get in the habit of saying no. But prior to me doing that, I want to tell you 3 things, 3 reasons why saying no, or how you can prepare yourself to start saying no. So let's get started. The first way that you can prepare yourself to say no is to start saying no to little things. So start saying no, practice saying no to your children, practice saying no to your spouse or your boyfriend. Practice saying no at an event that you know won't be taken personally. Practice saying no at things that are optional. The more you practice with small things, the more you start to build strength and courage and confidence to say no at big things. Now, it may take a while. You may have to say 15 no's to small things before you're able to say your first no to a big thing, but it's really worth it. The second thing you want to focus on is you want to realize that no is not personal. You don't have a personal problem with the person that you're saying no to. You're not saying no to hurt that person's feelings or to be spiteful. You're actually saying no so that you can free up your time to be able to say yes to the things that matter to you. The other thing when you're practicing or prepping to be able to say no, be prepared that you do not have to give an explanation. A lot of people think of these long drawn out explanations and even sometimes lie to avoid getting thrown into something or to be able to get out of something. But that is not the case. You don't always have to do that. No is a complete sentence. So you can literally say no and be okay with saying no. And that's it. You don't have to add any explanation. You don't have to say, well, because of this or because of my kids or my dog died or what all those excuses we used to give. You can literally just say no. I remember I was volunteering at a place and I always went above and beyond and volunteered there. They loved my help. And I was volunteering. I had kind of taken my volunteer schedule down to once a month because I was extremely busy with work and book writing and all of these things. And I remember them reaching out to me and saying, hey, we really need your help and we need you to volunteer 3 times a month or 4 times a month. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Then it was 3 times a month. And I was like, no, I can't do that. And it felt bad because I said no back to back. But the truth is I really wasn't able to do that. And I needed to be real with myself and I needed to be honest with them to let them know that that was not something I was truly capable of doing. And so it hurt at first, but it definitely has taught me a lesson. And that's why I'm here to share this stuff with you, because I want you to learn to say no. So now on to the reasons of why it is important to say no. 1, the more you say no, the more courage and confidence you build amongst yourself. 2, the more you say no, the more you increase boundaries and you start to teach people your boundaries. And so people won't assume that you're a yes man and they won't assume that they can come to you for every single thing. It's great. It's wonderful that they think of you. And in that regard, you should probably take it as a compliment that people are thinking of you and consider it enough to ask you. But you also have to understand that it's important that you have those boundaries in place so that you can increase your success. Another reason that it's important to say no is because it frees up your time. Every no to someone else is a yes to yourself. And so if you have a goal that you're working on, saying no to people allows you that opportunity to say yes to that goal. It allows you to free up that time that you want to dedicate to your goal. Also, saying no helps you to feel empowered. It helps you like, wow, I really am in control of my life. I'm really in control of my schedule. A lot of us don't realize that we just let our schedule tell us what to do instead of the other way around. And that's so wrong. And it only hurts us. And so it's important that you empower yourself to take back that control. And so Lastly, it is important to say no because it helps you to avoid stretching yourself too thin. Many of us are wearing too many hats, carrying too many weights, having too many responsibilities. And there are things that we can't avoid. You can't avoid being a wife. You can't avoid being a parent. You can't avoid being a business owner, an employee. You can't avoid certain things, but there are certain things that you can get away from. And you don't always have to feel forced to do those things. And so when you avoid stretching yourself too thin, you're able to relax, regroup, and refresh and restore and start off, with a fresh beginning. And you're not as overwhelmed or burned out. And the truth is, when you are that stretched that thin, you're not effective in what you're doing anyway. And so the thing that they're asking you to do is not going to be beneficial to anyone involved. And so when you look at it like that, from that perspective, it gives you new insight. And so therefore you'll want to make better choices in practicing saying no. So my challenge today is that I want you to practice saying no at least one time. It does not have to be added. No explanation has to be added. Just simply say no. No is a complete sentence. I can't stress that enough. So practice saying that today. Comment below and let me know how it goes. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Continue with clarity.